Okay, so here we are, guys. We're back. Today is Saturday, March 21st. We are on day 3 of the Corn Earworm research project. So we are going to, today's pretty straightforward. We spent all of the time the other day getting all of the different experimental groups set up. We talked about what all of the different experimental groups were. If you haven't watched video number 1, then I would highly suggest watching video number 1. All this will make a lot more sense. So today we're really going to focus on taking observations, collecting data, and the 3 things that we're really looking for. If you remember, we're going to weigh any worm that appears as if it has some mass. We're going to measure the length of each worm, and then we're going to make visual observations about color and anything else that looks interesting about each worm. So here we go. We're going to buzz through all of the data collection, and then we're going to come back together at the end and talk about some of the results that we're seeing so far. Okay, so here are the high temp ones, and as you can see, there is a lot of condensation on the containers. It's kind of gross, so we're gonna kind of see. Oh my gosh, look at that worm! Look how big it is compared to all the others.
It's like red.
We'll measure it, and it's a different color. Yeah, so we'll take some observations here. We're gonna measure this one. What number is this one?
This is number 1.
This is number 1, Ren. Oh my gosh, he is 0.12 grams. So he's the heaviest one we've had so far. And does not want to be messed with.
It's like almost 20.
About 20 millimeters. Whoa.
Yeah. I'd say 8. I'd say 19.
19. To our low temp group. They're at about 7.9 degrees Celsius. I had to add something other than a battery powered light in here because the batteries were going out too quickly. And I also put it on a timer. Again, if anybody can tell me why I put the light on a timer, then comment in the comments below. And you look at that, even though they're cool, they have a fair amount of moisture in them. Let's see what the first one here looks like. Rather dark, not super dark, but there it is. I'm just looking at this one over here, number 14. It's pretty dark. We should look through the side. Okay.
Now I'm gonna go get the worms out. Oh.
Which ones are these?
The dark.
Okay. So here's our first ones. Pretty big. At least this one is. Color is about like the control. If you look at some of these control ones here, yeah, they're similar. So not a lot of change there. So we'll just measure them up and see what we got. Okay, we're all done. That was fast. Boy, we are fast at collecting data, right, Ren?
Yeah.
See how fast we did that?
Oh,
it was
my
amazing.
gosh.
It was
So cool.
It was incredible. When you have a team of 3 people going together, it makes it go a lot better. This is Okra. Can't see him. He's one of our 4 dogs. You can see Penelope. There's Richard. Okra's there. Ernie's over there with Ren's mom. So anyway, what did we notice, Ren? What did we notice about the worms?
They grew.
Some grew, yeah.
Some shrunk though.
Some shrunk.
Some are dead.
Some we think are dead. Yeah, we're gonna wait another 2 days before we make a final decision on some of them. Some of them didn't really even seem to grow like at all. They were still tiny, like they were when they started. So that's interesting. But one thing that we did notice as we were going through all of the different experimental groups is that several of them were much darker than others. And what did we think, or what did we notice, Ren? Which were those groups that were much darker than the others? Do you remember?
Dog food,
Yep.
food color, and control. Oh wait.
Are you sure? Dog
And-
food color,
And
popcorn,
popcorn.
and also hay. So those four, interestingly enough, were a little bit darker than the others. So I want you to think about that. Consider what is different about those. So the dog food, and if you remember, we put a kibble, two pieces of dog food kibble. The popcorn is just the straight popcorn. The hay was just the hay in the containers. Remember, we took away the original soybean-based diet and just put in those food sources. So think about those four in terms of what they have in common, and see if we can come up with any differences. Not differences, but similarities, and see if you can maybe make a prediction as to why those worms appear darker than the others. Okay? All right, sounds good. We're going to come back in 2 days and do this again. Oh yeah, and we did notice that the hot ones were considerably darker. No, they were kind of lighter, actually. They were sort of a pink color, yeah, like an odd pink color. I guess Ren's done. So they were like a weird pink color, but they had grown a lot more. I'm going to put a link in Google Classroom to the spreadsheet where I'm keeping all of the data. So you can go in there, you can take a look at it. I'm going to set it as view only so that you can't make any changes. You can read some of our comments about specific experimental groups and so forth. So look for that in Google Classroom. Talk to you later.